So we have been working up our guest's back section. She had some virgin hair in the back, so we were able to go with just a normal strong combination. And I'll show you guys a little later what my actual formulation was. Right now I'm applying Zero on her previously highlighted hair and straightened hair. And then I'm applying my normal mild solution. I'm starting a 1/4 inch away from the scalp. Using my fingers to distribute and massage it into the hair. And then I'm going to bring it right down to my line of demarcation. She happens to have 7 inches, so I have a 7-inch comb that will make measuring that really easily. And we'll do another one. Now, as we work towards the top of the section, we want to keep the hair elevated to prevent pushing the product onto the scalp. We don't ever want our product to get on the scalp. So here's our Zero. We're going to apply it a 1/4 inch into the non-Japanese straightened hair. So I'm at 7 inches. I'm a 1/4 inch into the unstraightened hair. I'm going to distribute my Zero all the way down to the end. Wipe my hands off. I'm going to lift the section up, keeping it at a 90-degree angle. Usually when I get to the top, I try to do a shearer application just so we ensure that we don't get any product on the scalp. Again, I'm going to start my application a 1/4 inch away. Massage it through. And then right where I applied the Zero, I'm going to go a 1/4 inch past that. And then we're going to keep working up the section. Another 1/4 inch section of hair. Sometimes could be more, sometimes could be less, depending on the client's density. Applying my Zero right at the line of demarcation and a 1/4 inch past the demarcation into the unstraightened hair. Lifting my section up, wiping my hands, 1/4 inch away from the scalp. Fingers to distribute and glide that product down. Here's my 7 inches. I'm right at my 7 inches, so I got my product right where it needs to be. I'm going to switch over to the other side briefly, and we'll combine that together. Sometimes you're going to reapply water if you feel like your section is getting too dry and not having enough moisture. We'll take 1/4 inch section. Finding my line of demarcation, going a 1/4 inch past it into the unstraightened hair, protecting all the previously straightened hair with my Zero, my not Zero, lifting the section up, applying a 1/4 inch away from the scalp. And again, keep in mind, by lifting the section up, you're really going to ensure that you are not pushing product onto the scalp. I find anything below the parietal ridge where the hair is hanging off of the head shape and falling with gravity, you have a little bit more leeway. But once you get up to the area above the parietal ridge where the hair falls on the scalp and then drapes over the parietal ridge, that's where you really want to make sure you're doing a really sheer application, but you want to make sure there's enough product to do what it needs to do. So a little bit of my not Zero, line of demarcation plus a 1/4 inch more. Distribute all the way down to protect all the previously straightened hair. Wiping my hands. If you notice, I just kind of tap my brush so that way I don't have a lot of product, so I can keep it sheerer at these areas. 1/4 inch away from the scalp. Staying 1/4 inch away from the scalp is critical. We want to make sure that we do not do anything that's going to get close to the scalp, which could cause a host of other problems. I need to bring this down a little further, right to my line of demarcation. I'm going to work a little faster now, go more in a real-time application. Doing a very quick, thorough application is essential to even processing. Now we're picking up our pace a bit for the sake of working at a more diligent speed. In some guests' hair, like my guest that I'm working on today, their line of demarcation, their new growth, the unstraightened hair, sometimes it's hard to see exactly where that line of demarcation is. So I rely on measuring everything at the beginning of the service before the hair is wet, and then remeasuring when the hair is wet. And sometimes what I'm just relying on is the measurement. Because if you notice this section of hair, you can't really see the difference between the virgin hair and the previously straightened hair. But be assured, if we don't address that, it's going to be puffy. And our guest doesn't want puffy hair. Again, just taking the product on the brush, tapping the brush down so that way I have a sheer amount of product, 1/4 inch away, dragging it up, distributing with my fingers. That's going to help massage it in and help distribute it. We're going to work our way down to our line of demarcation. There we go. And then we're going to finish with our last piece in this section, and then we're going to work to the front. So again, my formula for the underneath area where the hair was more virgin was a combination of normal and strong in a 1-to-1 ratio. Now that I'm in more of the highlighted area, I'm working with a normal mild solution in equal portions, 1-to-1 ratio. 1/4 inch away, fingers to distribute and massage in. Measure, making sure I'm right where I need to be. I got about another 1/2 inch to go. So we'll check back in a little while and we'll start doing a knot test so that way we can illustrate, or demonstrate the knot test and its importance.